An oscillator is the raw sound source. Its waveform sets the timbre. The timbre is the color of the sound, bright or dark, rich or thin, mellow or harsh. Let's add an oscillator to the scene. The timeline node will help us as we go over the oscillator details. Open the node palette in the graph editor now by right or secondary clicking in the graph. Add a multi-oscillator to the graph. This node has several oscillators available in one, so it's great for when you want to experiment. Connect the timeline events out to multi-oscillator events in. This timeline node has a MIDI note within it. It will make it easy for us to preview what we are hearing. Connect multi-oscillator audio output to master output audio input. Open the node palette again in the graph editor by right-clicking in the graph. Add a display node to the graph. You can place it underneath the master output node. Connect the multi-oscillator audio out to display input. Select the display node. Promote the display widget to a new interface. When the Interface 1 window comes up, just move it to the lower right corner for now. We can keep it on screen and out of the way. This allows us to easily see our sound in the audio spectrum. Starting with the sine wave, the most fundamental waveform with no harmonics. Press the play button on the timeline node to start playback and hear the sine. Select the multi-oscillator node. On multi-oscillator, set waveform to triangle. A triangle adds a small amount of upper content, staying soft but a little more present. Press the play button on the timeline to start playback. On multi-oscillator, set waveform to saw. A saw contains the full set of overtones and sounds bright and full. Press the play button on the timeline to start playback. On multi-oscillator, set waveform to square. A square is hollow and reedy, sitting between triangle and saw. Press the play button on the timeline to start playback. I added another display node for you and promoted its widget to the interface. I had to make some room, but now we have a goniometer, and with this, we can visualize the width of the sound easily for the next steps. Press the play button on the timeline and watch the goniometer on the right of the interface. It will draw a straight vertical line when there is no stereo width to the sound. Now let's add additional voices. On multi-oscillator, set unison voices to 5. Set detune to 20. The main voice remains at the note's original pitch, while the unison voices are distributed around it. Press the play button on the timeline to hear our new sound. Notice the noisy spread in the goniometer. The sound has a lot more width now. And now we have a wider sound with more voices, like a group of singers versus just one, but the singers are oscillators. You can mix and match these various settings to make all sorts of different sounds. Great work!